The flight was supposed to be routine, quiet red-eye crossing the coast, while most passengers dreamed of their destination. In row 12, a woman sat motionless, with her headphones on and eyes closed. She seemed completely detached from the world, but outside the pressurized hull, the atmosphere was changing. Dark, bruised clouds gathered, and the first jagged bolts of lightning struck. The cabin lights flickered erratically as the intercom crackled to life, a desperate tone cutting through the white noise of the engines. Suddenly, her eyes snapped open. There was no grogginess, only the sharp, cold focus of someone who recognized the call to action. A violent shudder rocked the aircraft. The floor dropped away, sending a wave of panic through the rows of terrified travelers. Oxygen masks tumbled from the ceiling like yellow ghosts. The cabin was no longer a sanctuary. It was a scene of chaos. The flight attendant scrambled down the aisle, a professional mask slipping to reveal the raw fear of someone facing the unthinkable. Amidst the screaming and the shaking, the woman in row 12 remained remarkably still, a pillar of calm in a storm. The attendant's voice broke as she shouted over the roar. "Is there anyone on board with flight experience?" Slowly, with a deliberate grace that seemed at odds with the emergency, the woman stood up and removed her headphones. She looked the attendant directly in the eye and spoke with a voice like steel. "Okay, handle this, lead the way." The attendant hesitated for a heartbeat, then saw the iron resolve in the stranger's gaze. There was no time to ask questions. With a firm nod, the woman followed her toward the cockpit, walking with the steady gait of someone who had lived through this before. Inside, the cockpit was a nightmare of screaming sirens and flashing red lights. The instruments were spinning out of control. The captain was slumped over the controls, capitated by the stress or a sudden medical emergency, leaving the plane a riderless horse. She didn't waste a second. Her hands moved across the complex array of switches with the muscle memory of a veteran aviator. She gripped the flight yoke, her knuckles white, but her movements steady. She was no longer a passenger. She was the commander. With a powerful surge, the plane pierced through the thick wall of storm clouds, emerging into the serene, golden light of the horizon. The runway lights flickered in the distance, a welcoming path back to the safety of the earth as she prepared for the final approach. As the wheels touched down with a gentle thud, a roar of relief and applause erupted from the cabin, a chorus of survivors. When the chaos settled, she didn't wait for the cameras or the praise. She simply stepped back, returning to her seat unnoticed. Tucked away in her bag was the secret of her strength, a pair of tarnished pilot wings and a faded military service tag. The sun set behind the grounded giant, a quiet end to a day that could have ended in tragedy if not for a stranger. Because true courage doesn't ask for attention, it simply shows up when the world needs it most.